Hey everybody, I just want to put this video or this podcast together real quick and just kind of give some positivity, spread some good cheer. I've seen a lot of people getting laid off recently from their job, whether they're being furloughed, whether the job is blaming the coronavirus, whatever it is, and I feel terrible. I feel very blessed myself that I have built businesses that are essential, and I get to stay very busy. And I just want to say maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is the drive that you needed to do something different. Maybe there was something that you wanted to do and you've been held back because of fear or a lack of understanding or a lack of coaching, whatever it may be. And maybe this is now the time. Maybe there's never been a better opportunity or a time to take a risk than right now during this time. And I want to encourage people to do so. I can honestly say that I don't regret taking risk. I don't regret taking opportunities that came my way. The things I regret are the times that I did not do it, the times that I ignored things or I second guessed myself or opportunities. And great things have happened to me because I took a risk. I took a risk not just on the opportunities, but I took a huge risk on myself. And sometimes that's scary. And sometimes maybe that's warranted, that type of fear. But it's okay. And I totally think that you should do it. You should take risk in life. One thing that I've noticed is when someone is much elderly or possibly on a deathbed, a lot of them regret a lot, which is sad, you know what I mean? And that's something that I don't want to experience on my deathbed. I don't want to live or die with a lot of regret. I want to know that I'm happy that I took a chance, I took a risk, that I gambled on myself. And I can say right now that I'm so happy that I have. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. And sometimes when you're stuck at maybe a job that you had, you kind of feel like maybe this is it. And I went through that. I settled for a 9-to-5 job a couple times in my journey. I thought I was doing the right things, and I quit jobs to focus on my businesses, and all I did was fail. And it sucks, right? It sucks to fail sometimes. But also, if you know that you want to take it as a learning experience, to learn from those mistakes, to learn from past events and improve on that, then you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And in my journey, it's cost me a lot. This entrepreneurial journey that I've been on. I lost my house. I was foreclosed on back in the housing market crash in, I believe, 2010 it was. I almost filed bankruptcy. My wife has almost wanted to leave me. All because, I took gambles, I took risks. But, she just told me today how proud she is of me, that I've done something, that I've done great things, that our businesses are thriving. And she's like, I knew there's a reason I married you. I know there's a reason that I stayed with you. And I'm not trying to say that as a bad thing, like it was all about money, it was all about business. It was all about me. It was all about me not doing the things that I needed to do, that I know I should have done, that I was basically lazy at a lot of times. And, it's just sometimes it's something that just inside of you that just kind of has to build up and finally come over the top, and you do something about it. Maybe that was the birth of my baby. I don't know. But it was just a point where I got to where I said, I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm sick and tired of having a boss over me. I'm sick and tired of clocking in and clocking out. This is what drove me crazy when I had a job. Every Monday, when you walk into work or you see someone in the break room or cafeteria or in the office or whatever it was, every Monday it was, how was your weekend? Not long enough. every damn Monday. Tuesday wasn't really anything. Wednesday was always hump day. Oh, we're hump day. We're halfway through the week. Every Wednesday. And then Thursday, every Thursday was just one more day. Just one more day. And then every Friday was thank God it's Friday. TGIF, right? Just finally, today's Friday. And then Saturday, you wake up and you're excited it's the weekend. And then Sunday, you wake up and you're excited it's the weekend. Except on Sunday, though, when it starts getting into that dusk time and the sun starts setting and starts getting a little darker on a Sunday. And the realization hits you that, oh my gosh, it's a Monday again tomorrow. And I have to wake up early and do this all over again. And it gets into a cycle. And you're just on this hamster wheel going around and around and around. You're doing the same thing. And if you feel that every day or that every year passes by is just quicker than the last and it's just quicker than the last, that's the reason why. It's because you do the same thing every day and you just go and you go to work and you get off work and you go home and you eat and watch TV and maybe do something with the kids and you go to sleep and you repeat it over and over and over again. And that's why the time just seems like just be flying by. Your life is flying by. And you are not meant to be average or mediocre. You are meant to do great things. And if you have great ideas, if you have feelings inside that you are supposed to do great things, then you need to act on that. And you need to do something about it. And I don't know what it is, right? Maybe you need to get a coach or a mentor or something to help you kind of get on that path. But do something. Do something to break up that cycle. Ever since I took the whole path of pure entrepreneurship, my life just seems a lot better. There's obviously been times of strife and times of struggle. There's also been times of great things happening. And, in my journey, I've quit jobs and I try to focus and things didn't go quite as planned, like I said. In fact, I even shared a story of when I even had to go donate blood and plasma just so I can buy groceries for my fridge as a bachelor, trying to just do the whole business owner thing. And I've started business. Most of my businesses have failed. And lately, things have just been going really great for my family. But it wasn't overnight. And it's a lot of people even tell me, oh my gosh, Derek, you're so lucky to be in the position you're in. And I totally feel that way. I totally feel blessed. But that a lot of hard work came into that. And there's still a lot of hard work into it. And sometimes I look at people and say, man, you're so lucky. You get to just go to work 8 hours a day and then go home and just turn your brain off and watch TV. I would love to I used to do that, and that's why I didn't get anywhere like I wanted to, but I sometimes wish I could go back to that, but my mind won't let me. My brain is racing constantly. I'm always thinking of projects. I'm always thinking of ideas. I'm always thinking of my team members. I'm always thinking about my clients, and I'm thinking of a lot of things, and I can't. I'm just a restless soul. I'm not made to be in an office. I'm not made to be stuck in a building. I'm not made to put in 8 hours a day and report to somebody. I'm just not that person. And I knew that was in me. I just didn't know how to explain it until one day I was listening to a podcast with Gary Vaynerchuk. It was his own podcast. And in the podcast, he was talking to a group and he said, I truly believe that some people are just not meant to work for other people. And when he said that, that clicked in my head. And I said, that's what it is. That's what I've been thinking. That's what I've been feeling. I just didn't know how to express it. I didn't know how to let it come out of me. And when I heard him say that, I knew right then, like, yes, he's talking to me. And I put things in action. I was kind of starting a business. I already have other businesses, and they were all kind of like basically kind of side hustles to my 9-to-5 job. So I just knew I had to take action. And the job I was at was just not for me. I don't like the politics of the office work environment. I didn't like that whole, work for the weekend mentality that everyone had. I just couldn't do it anymore. And what broke the camel's back was I told my managers, I am just overloaded right now. Like I don't know what to do. Like I need more help. I need something. And they said, hey, we understand, Derek. We understand what you're going through. We're gonna find help for you. We're gonna figure out a way. And they told me, okay, we're going to offload some of this from you. And I said, oh, thank goodness. I appreciate that so much. And another one of my coworkers said, hey, Derek, I need to talk with you and train you how to do something because I heard you're going to be doing this now. And I said, what are you talking about? They're just offloading some work from me. And I went to my manager and said, what is this I'm hearing? What's this rumor I'm hearing? And he told me, oh yeah, sorry, I wanted to tell you that. Yeah, we're offloading this because we're adding this. And I just said, are you kidding me? And I went home, and it was a Friday. And I remember my wife was in the kitchen, and I got home, and I was just sitting on the stairs talking to her and just unloading on her the shitty situation I just had with my manager. Obviously, he was very nice, and I could see that as he was telling me, he just felt terrible. But it was out of his control, right? He's just the messenger that he was being told. Well, he was being told from his managers. And I was telling my wife, and she looked at me and said, just quit. And it's funny because at that time, I think this was related to stress, but I had a little twitch in my eye. And my beard was a little patchy. You know, there's little bald patches in my beard. And I knew it was just from stress. Like I was always every day just thinking I was gonna get fired because I couldn't keep up with the workload, even though I told them. I just thought, eventually they're just gonna fire me because I can't keep up with everything. So I think it was just total stress. And I told my wife, and this was a Friday, and she said, just quit. And the moment she said that, the moment my wife said that, my eyes stopped twitching. And I knew it was a sign that I needed to really start taking action. And I just was like, are you serious? Like, I didn't know if she was being serious or not, or she just was, I don't know, just going along with it because I just was frustrated. And I called my mentor, and I just told him, hey, and they just told me to quit my job and just focus more on business. And he told me, he's like, Derek, if you put the effort and work you put into a job, I don't see why you wouldn't succeed. And we did. That was a Friday. Like I said, I talked to my mentor. Actually, I talked to one of my friends, one of my good friends, Igor. I called and talked to him on that Saturday and talked to him. And he gave me great encouragement. And then I talked to my coach, Rafa, on Sunday. And he also gave me great encouragement. So I actually went in that Sunday and turned in my resignation letter. No 2 weeks notice. In fact, I actually have that resignation letter here, and I wanted to read that because this was dated August 6th of 2017, 3 years ago, where I quit my job and I became purely 100% self-employed entrepreneur where I do not have a job. I do not earn a paycheck. I totally work off of my service, my commissions, my overrides. It's totally 100% income comes from that. I don't work hourly. I don't have a boss. Well, my wife's kind of my boss, but I don't have a typical boss. Anyway, I thought I'd read my resignation letter from 2017. So again, it's dated August 6, 2017. Dear Mr. X and Mr. Y. Obviously, I'm covering their names, but please consider this as my resignation letter effective August 6, 2017 as my last day, which was a Sunday. I don't know. It was a Sunday or Monday, I believe. This, however, was not an easy decision to make due to the feelings of high stress and recent changes of the company in my personal life. This was a decision I chose was best for my well-being and progression of the company. My deep apologies for the abrupt notice. My wife and I have decided to move forward with our businesses full time. I felt as though that decision and mindset would not allow me to give my full potential during my workday. I want to thank you both and other leaders of the company I have worked with. I have truly enjoyed the leadership in our office and highly appreciate all of the coaching and mentoring I have received. I wish the best for all of my team members and the success of the company. Thank you greatly, Derek Van Otten. So I wrote this, I typed this up. I can't remember if it was a Saturday night or Sunday. It was a Sunday morning that I typed that up. And I showed my wife, I said, I'm turning this in. And the funny thing is that I had been talking to some of my coworkers that week, and or maybe it was the week before, but like I said, I was stressed. I was not happy, and I was talking to my coworkers. We were sitting in the break room, and I was looking out the window eating my lunch, and I made a comment about quitting or walking out. And they said, "What do you mean?" And I said, like sometimes I think of just writing a letter and saying, "Here's my password," and walking out the door in the middle of the day. And one of my coworkers said, "Oh, you think of that once in a while?" And I looked at her and I said, "I think of that every day." And her eyes widened up and she looked at me and she goes, "Oh." And I don't think people knew. I kind of gave off this facade that I was a pretty easygoing guy. Well, for the most part I am. But, a lot of people didn't probably know that there was a burning desire inside of me. And I walked in on a Sunday. It was closed, right? This office was just a Monday to Friday office. I walked in on a Sunday. All the lights were off. All the motion lights came on as I walked in. And I went to my boss's desk. And I put the resignation letter down. I put my badge down and my key to my desk. I had my laptop with me, so I put it in my filing cabinet, locked it, left the key next to my badge and my resignation letter, and I walked out. And funny story, because it was a Sunday, I was with my wife and we were going to, I believe it was my dad's birthday party. And so we stopped at that office on the way to my parents' house. And since I walked in and I left my badge, I got stuck in the stairwell. I couldn't get out. So I had to walk all the way down to the main floor. And I was like, please, please be open that I can get out of here because I do not want to be stuck here on a Sunday. Thankfully, the bottom floor was open. I got out, I had to walk all the way around the building back to where we had parked. So just a little funny story to cap that off. But anyway, I felt so free, but also I felt so stressed in a different way. I think if you're stressed at your job, it's a stress that's maybe a little unhealthy. You put stress on yourself. You're fearful of losing your job. You're fearful of not accomplishing things that you maybe have said. But there's another stress and fear when you're an entrepreneur. And that's a fear of, will I provide for my family? Can I pay my mortgage? Like that's the type of fear that I was feeling. For me, I think the latter is a little bit more healthy. I'd rather have a feeling of let me provide, let me work my ass off versus, oh, I hope I don't get in trouble. I hope I don't get yelled at. Like, no, thank you. That's not for me. I'm a grown ass man. I don't need another person to give me permission to go to the bathroom, to give me permission to go on a vacation. I don't need a job to determine my pay or of what I'm worth, which then it determines what car I drive, what house I live in, what vacations I take. No, thank you. I'm very fortunate that I'm in a position now where I can buy whatever car I want almost cash. I can go on any vacation I want in the world. I can provide a great life for my daughters. But that's not everything I want. There's a lot of things that I want to accomplish. There's certain organizations that I like to contribute to and I like to donate towards. These are all things that require time or money. And I would rather make a lot more money and donate it there than give my time, because my time is at a point where it's a lot more valuable to build my business and donate than to focus my time at that place. Even though I totally believe it's rewarding to do both. Don't get me wrong, it's just my opinion. And so, the journey hasn't been easy. Like I said, I lost my house. I had to donate blood and plasma. I've had to sell a lot of things that I had in the house, again, just to make payments, just to buy groceries. And it's nothing that it was hard, right? I had to drop out of college. I don't regret that though, but it's totally been worth it. And it all started by taking a risk, by saying yes when opportunities came my way instead of like everyone else says no. They're scared of something. It's okay. I'm always scared. I'm always thinking of new ideas and projects. I'm always scared to do it. I do it anyway, like I said, because nothing good has happened of me living in fear. Everything good has happened to me because I risked and took a gamble on Derek. I took a gamble on DVO. And it's not always paid off, but I'm way happier than I've ever been in my entire life. And if you have ideas, if you've got opportunities and you're thinking about it, just do it. You'll find a way. And you know what? If it's not for you, then you can stop it. You can quit it, whatever. But at least you can say you tried. At least you had the guts to do something versus just continue on that hamster wheel. And if you guys need my help, feel free to reach out to me. Some people I think I've heard are scared. They think I charge. I do not charge to help you. Okay. I'm here to help you. I've become a steward of information that I want to pass on to make your life better. Have an amazing day and an amazing life. Bye.